All right. This is a very informal video. Try to make it short and sweet. My desk is an absolute mess. My house is a mess. I need to clean up my house, no doubt about it. But I wanted to document the letter that I got, and it was a huge letter. I mean, I guess now that Kent Hovind's out of prison, they're going to send me everything that I sent him that he couldn't receive. They claim that I sent him unauthorized material. So as you can see, this is from the U.S. Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Prisons. They sent it to me, and they claimed, you enclosed the following unauthorized material, other, and then they said I included prepaid postage envelopes and paper. I don't know what that, 2 pounds of paper, I don't know what that says. Can you guys read it? And propen home. I don't even know what that stands. I can't even read the writing. And that's the officer that signed it. And this is the form. Okay, but the big thing was they said that I sent him unauthorized material and mainly prepaid postage envelopes with paper and whatever all that other stuff says. So I did. These are prepaid postage envelopes, and hey, I like that. I get my 30 envelopes back. I wanted Kent Hovind to use them to write letters, but these are about 30, right? Let me put the focus back. About 30 envelopes, and they sent them all back to me. So hey, I get to use those, so that was kind of nice. Although it was very, very rude not to give it to Kent Hovind. I sent him lots of stuff, you know, like Senate questions the effects of solitary confinement. I was going to let Pastor Hovind read what Charles E. Samuels Jr. had to say about solitary confinement. But this is where they made a Saturday night skit live from Charles E. Samuels Jr. because basically he didn't even know what the size of a solitary cell was and took a guess. You can tell this Charles E. Samuels Jr. hasn't worked a day in his life. Also, I sent him, in here is all kinds of like rules and stuff that the prison's supposed to abide by. And so I just don't have a lot of respect for our institutions in this country, and you can draw whatever conclusions you want from that. This is another thing they sent back. I was going to send Pastor Hovind the Admission and Orientation Handbook for, you guys see that? That's Federal Correctional Complex, Yazoo City, Mississippi. Yeah, there we go, Yazoo City, Mississippi. I sent him a lot of pictures that Libby and others sent. Pastor Kent, Yazoo's next living legend, with some dinosaurs. But they didn't want Pastor Hovind to have any of that when he was in solitary. So all of this is getting returned to me. U.S. Department, this is another thing I sent him about, except when precluded by statute, the Bureau of Prisons permits an inmate to subscribe or to receive publications without prior approval. But I guess the stuff I send doesn't have prior approval. Also, I sent him the Department of Justice's own paper about statement of Charles E. Samuels Jr., Director of the Federal Bureau of Prisons, before the Committee of the Committee on the Judiciary Subcommittee on the Constitution, Civil Rights, and Human Rights, United States Senate. And it's reassessing solitary confinement. Isn't that funny? Isn't it funny that Charles E. Samuels Jr. makes a statement about solitary confinement, and I try to mail that statement of Charles E. Samuels Jr. to a person in solitary confinement, but the Bureau of Prisons doesn't think that the person in solitary confinement should read what the Bureau of Prisons director had to say. It's like, if anybody should read what the Bureau of Prisons director has to say about solitary confinement, I would think it would be a man in solitary confinement. But no, they said that was, how did they word it? That was unauthorized material. You enclosed the following unauthorized material. And then they put it right here. I can't even read this stuff. Prepaid envelopes, to blah 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 and blah 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 blah. Like I'm supposed to be able to read that, and that's the guy's name. But anyway, that's all I had for today. I just wanted to document for the record that they did not send everything that I mailed to Pastor Hovind. They kept it from him, but praise God, he's out of that prison now. And just like Timothy said in Timothy's video, we won, God won, and Satan, you lost. And thou shalt not touch the Lord's anointed. Praise God Almighty.